All right, let's see. So I've been told, because cooking only has one skill, one value in the game, that most people just level cooking with butter. So we're going to continue this, and then we'll adapt it for other skills eventually. Okay, we don't want this. Let me make a recipe class. And we're gonna make it the recipe is gonna have a category. We're gonna have cooking, blacksmithing, tailoring, alright, we got alchemy. Let's make this alphabetical. Blacksmithing, oh yeah, and we got carpentry, cooking, tailoring. Alright, so there's our categories. So now we want a public category, skill, public string, recipe name. We'll just call it a name. And then we gotta have an integer of level. We'll go min level requirement. All right. Okay, that'll work. So this one here, this is actually base item editor. So now we want a form. We're gonna just do this in Windows form because I don't really feel like doing it with WPF yet. Once we get it all down, then I'll convert it over to WPF. It'll look a little better. Alright, so we want a recipe editor. And I call it a CS. That's so great. Let's try this again, hey? So used to doing that. Windows form. Alright, recipe editor. So we're gonna have our materials over here. And then we want our recipes over here. And let's do a combo box where you might be. This is going to be called, this is going to be the skills. So, skill list, recipe list. What would be an easy way to do this? Probably a data grid. Where are we? Alright, so components list. We'll have to probably fix the columns though. Level requirement and the list. Okay, we don't need another box then. We don't need this. We need a this minimum. Come on, where is it? Numeric up, down. Here we go. The lowest number is gonna be 1. Maximum size. We'll say 400 because I doubt it'll ever. Oops. No, not maximum. Maximum value is 400, not the size. All right, there we go. there's got to be a point, because your skill gains, the amount of skill that you gain depends on your pool. So if you enter in a pool experience of, say, 500,000, making butter is going to give you more experience with 500,000, and it's going to decrease slowly over time. I mean, that's the way it works with skills, like combat skills. So, alright. First, we're going to deal with the combo box. Skills list is equal to CB. We don't have to do that in here. So we're going to do for each. Yeah. Oops. Yep. Come on. Why don't we just do this? Combo items, add range, and we're gonna go. Hey, come on. Shit, I can't remember how to do this. Get names of type of recipe category. There we go. All right. So, there's a whatever. I'll make it a lab deleter. We'll deal with that later. We'll just make it work first. Okay, so now my project. Where's my config? Let's set it to nope. Where is it? Ooh, don't need rest sharp. There we are. There we go. So we should get the recipe editor. There we go. Alright, so close, close, design. There it is. List. What? What the hell does that look like? Oh, that's horrible. You know, no one wants that. All right. All right. There we go. So now. Okay, so when we load, we are going to load all recipes. So we want a public list a recipe list. Now we need to read the recipes, and then we're going to have it filter them by category. No, we're not going to do that. We're just going to do this. I'm going to make a oh, shit. All right. There's my. just gonna do this. Close all but this. Yes. Alright, so here's my load for that. And we are in items, recipes. String local path is equal to applications. Ooh. We'll pass it the local path. All right. And we're gonna just comment this out for now. All right. So if it doesn't exist, I'm gonna create it. Oops. And we want to create a recipe list. Oh, because it's static. Well, goddamn it. All right. Why don't we just make it this, right? No. Shit, yeah, we're gonna do this. Oh my god, I have to do it in here. Alright, here we go. This. Okay. You know what? I just realized I don't have my Twitch chat. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna load up my chat here. I have the YouTube one, but I don't have my Twitch chat open. Pop out. This one. Alright, there we go. Now we got the chat. Okay. Sorry if I missed something. I completely forgot about that. I was trying to fix my YouTube. That apparently I had an event a long time ago. It was called like Potato GPU No Man's Sky with my old card. And it every time I use Restream, it forces itself to that. So I have to go and delete that event or something. I'm not sure. We'll figure it out. But anyways, Alright, so this is going to load all of the recipes, and if it doesn't have a recipe, then it will, if it doesn't exist, it's going to create the folder, and then if it doesn't exist, it's not going to do anything. So right now, this should still work. I still got this, and we're good. And oh, we have to call the function. So in recipe editor, recipe list load. Ooh, hello. I'm going to call this master recipe list. And then master recipe list, recipes equals new list of recipes. So we get rid of it. Oh, let's sure do that. Alright, so now we're doing forms just like this, and my data structure is class except with links, linked list. This is tabby. Oh, hey, how's it going? Yeah, I was actually contemplating doing this with WPF, but I don't know enough about WPF yet. I'm learning it. I'm decent with it, but it's the trying to use the MVVM model view model kind of aspects of it. Because the data linking is awesome. Like, you never have to do this with WPF. You don't even have to have code. You can do it all in XML or XAML. So, I'll show you an example. Right, so I was making a calendar app to try and learn all this stuff, right? So now, is this gonna work? Yes, the server's on. I think this should work. Question mark. Yeah. Okay. So it's working. All right. So this is WPF. It automatically scales. It's basically like a website. Okay. So you got this cool grid thing, and then you have all these events. That all of this stuff, this is all linked. The data is actually linked, and so when I change, if I had another window open, and if I modified that, this would automatically update because it uses what's called the iNotify property change. So if we go into let's get out of here. I'll show you. So like this is the main window, right? So we'll go into design. So this is well, okay. So it's built it like from the last build, so it's actually filling everything in. But this is the code behind. There's nothing in here. So what happens is everything that this window does is in classes. So for example, we have a calendar view model. Okay. So this is what builds the calendar layout. Okay, and this is I kind of stole this code from someone to do the days of the week and stuff like that. But that's all this purpose is to deal with the calendar, and that's the view. And on the let's see here. If I go to the main window and I go to the XAML behind it, it's kind of crazy, but so like this is your window right here. The start is your window, and then I'm telling it the data context is calendar view model, which is this class. Okay. So now what happens is whenever I where are we? There we are. With this. No, I'm not getting confused. And then we have some resources in here from some stuff. This view model base is like the key to everything. And all it is this is what handles when you do stuff to it, like in a view model. So I have your property changed attributes to notify that the property is changed, okay, which is this function right here. And this is what makes it all work. And then the rest of this stuff is just events that I've programmed in so that when I click a button, it calls like, if I click a button in it, it calls this. Loads a new event view class, sets the category to the event that was passed with the button click. And that's what links the data context for it. So anyways, and then you have, what else? What else is cool? Oh, so for example, the date. Okay, so this little dock panel here, this is the date part, like this part here, this 4 and 28 and stuff. So that's that part. And then this part, this is every single event. And what we have, oh, come on, stop it. Content. Binding is the event name. Okay, so all these binding commands in here are basically telling it that as I loop through, I set some particular set of data, and I'm going to use that as like the data context. So everything that I use is going to be pulling from that, whatever I'm in it, when it's iterating through that data context. It's going to just build whatever I want in it. Yeah. I have this is the button that has the actual event that it builds, and rather than text. So that's what does the styling on here, and all these little things. It's all in a style, and yeah, it was really cool when I was trying to figure it out. I was trying to get it to work properly, and it's all being pulled from a database. So all of this data is being pulled. It's just an events table, and so when I click on the events, it's already got it. I only have to call it once. Unless I change something, then it's going to push and pull and update the new content on the fly. So more than one person could work on the database at the same time, and the calendar could be up to date. But yeah, it's really, really crazy. It took me probably 2 weeks to actually grasp the basics of this, because it's different than the way that I've programmed. Like WinForms, if I wanted to do I gotta do this. I can't do this. Anyways, if I wanted to set like the text of something, rather than having in the design mode a binding, I have to do like label 1 text is equal to something, right? Whereas this is actually a binding in the XAML code, and it just automatically retrieves it. So it removes a lot of the excess code, and it's all in the design view, so that when you change the data, it links it. It's like constantly, whenever it's updated, that the class gets notified, updates the thing, and the bindings update automatically. So kind of neat. You don't actually have to set any values. It just does it by itself. You tell it where to get its data from. Oh. But I don't want to do that with this yet. Maybe in the future. But we'll see. Kind of want to do a oh crap, I gotta go soon, man. So far what we've gotten is I've got a dummy materials list. I don't even know if this is, because I think I've got other stuff in here now, but I'm gonna delete this, and I have the base class right now. Base class is actually going to generate, I just have it entered in here, so if you accidentally delete the file, this will rebuild it. So to some default settings and stuff. But by doing it this way, I can have all of these items in it. I can just go through and add all of the items that I want, and I can just like, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna identify it. And until I can get the API to work, I can't really. I want to pull the actual IDs from their database if I can, and that way it'll kind of make it complete. Because their API has some really cool features in it already, where I can pull an item from it, and I can see who sells it automatically from the JSON. So eventually, I could just say I want to make this, and like if I'm in my item, if I hover over like the item, it could tell me where I could get it all, like who and what location and all that kind of stuff. You know, you can do stuff like that with the API, which is kind of neat. But we'll see. We'll see how it works. So, anyways, I gotta go and do an errand here before 4:30. So I got a little over 15 minutes before I can go. But yep, I will talk to you guys later. We'll get to work on this a little bit later tonight and see how far we can get. So thanks for tuning in, and we will see you guys later.